A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Okay, so we are trying to have some understanding how to check the authenticity of information. Nowadays, you get the information either through the newspaper or social media or through many other means from your friends. So it is spread like a fire, isn't it? Nowadays, because we are well connected, if you go back to 10 years, 15 years back, we used to write a letter to our mom and dad from overseas. Now nobody is writing the what you call the letters to their mom and dad. You need to talk to them, just call them, isn't it? So information is spreading like the fire in the jungle or in the forest. So now this is important for us because this might compromise your faith as well. Because when you're getting some information and you are saying, oh, he said this to me. So you just spread it around, or you just say, I like it. I like this information. Simply a one-click like can cause big problem with your faith. Boys, this is very important. Nowadays, this is so important that if you don't check the information before you internalizing it or passing it to someone else, it can compromise your faith as well. So that's what we are going to talk today. So, how to check the information? So we said, in order to check the information, you have to divide all the information into two groups. Information one is the truth, nothing but truth, which we call Al-Quran. Al-Quran, and we call this one is absolute truth. Absolute truth. Absolute truth, right? The others, everything other than Al-Quran, we call is relative. Relative, right? Relative truth. Okay. Now, in order to check some of the information from relative truth, we definitely go back to the absolute truth to check whether the information is right or wrong. So let us see how the relative truth was established in Islam. One of the things that we know, it is called isnad. Let us take an examples of hadith. Hadith. Okay, hadith. How do you know a hadith is authentic or not? We know one of the things that you look at the isnad. Isnad mean the chain of narration from A to B to C to D and to the primary source, our prophet, isn't it? Primary source, our prophet. PR, okay. Let us put it this way. So if isnad, if hadith, as we see, has a beautiful Sahih, we call it Sahih, and then Sahih, and then we say Jaif, that is weak, and third we say non-Sahih, not Sahih. Okay, so these are the two that we do. Okay, we say Sahih based on narration, continuous narration. There are two ways we can. Number one, it is the people narrated this hadith. There is no doubt of the narrator, isn't it? No doubt of the narrator. And the second thing, several people. For example, this is narrated by X, and Y also narrated the same hadith. So we can number up more than one narrators, right? More than one narrators. So this is one way of, we say this is Sahih. And weak, there are two ways also we say weak. If there is a gap, little bit of gap, so this is called missing information. The other option would be that the people in the chain have some doubtful people, or they have some personal problem, like they forget. So these are the things. And the third one, Non-Sahih, what we do? Non-Sahih, the first criteria is non-Sahih. If it is contradict with Quran, just throw it. Okay? It contradict with the Al-Quran, absolute knowledge, just throw it. So remember this part. This part is very important, boys. Abdullah Rashid, right? Now let us come to the point of information that we are getting through social media. See what you're going to do. So you found an information from social media is saying, I heard something from X that Y is missing. X is saying Y is missing. What should you do? Boys, you say one of the person in Bangladesh, his name is Y, and one of the guy from Bangladesh, X, he said that Y was missing. What should you do? Because it has nothing to do with the absolute knowledge. This is not the saying of Quran, right? How do you check the facts based on the template that I told you?
Check the chain.
Okay, now I heard from X, right? So first of all, isnad, that is the chain. Very good. So check the chain. Okay, chain of narration. So you're gonna get, instead of X, so you saying who told Y. So how do you know that X? If you ask X, you're gonna tell the same thing, right? So what are you gonna do? You're gonna ask G, who you trust, or M, or N. So you don't go directly to check that guy, do you? According to Quran or according to Sunnah, you better ask the guy who you trust the most. You go there, and then he might say, I found from another reliable source, which is M. M said, I found from another reliable source, which is G. And Z said, it is true. Then you take it as a fact. Make sense, boys? Hey, I have some purpose of saying this thing. So first of all, boys, never simply spread the message once you get it from the people. Never ever, any message, Islamic or non-Islamic. First of all, pause, take some time, and look to the chain of narration. And it should be, you have the full trust on those things. Those guys, they always say the truth. They will never compromise the truth to say something to me. So this is one of the options, remember. But if you find something that is in Quran and Sunnah, because this has been authenticated, the Sunnah is authenticated as well, so you can directly throw it. You say that one of the scholar told us that you can drink wine. You don't need the secondary source. The absolute truth is saying just reject it straight away, isn't it? But when other than that is not in the Quran or Kalamullah, then it is your responsibility not to spread the message until you see this is true or false. This is your responsibility, boys. So one of the things Prophet ﷺ said at that time, remember this one. Sahih Mamun, remember this hadith. Prophet ﷺ, he said, when you say something, you take times, pause it before saying. Do you remember that hadith, Safa Jahangir? Because when you throw something from your mouth, you cannot take it back. Can you? You say something to someone, you got a message and you're spreading the message. What will happen? The time you are saying, conveying to the friend, that it is not true. He passed it to another 100 people, another 1,000 people. Oh man, who's going to do that job? And you are responsible for that. So what I'm saying, boys, this is a time now, you need to be very careful. At that time, it was the word of mouth. Now the whole internet in your hand, whole world in your hand is in your hand. If you say, I got this message, pass it, it will go to the all over the place. Trust me, you cannot take it back. You can delete from your social media, but you cannot delete the information from other media, and you will be responsible for that. So boys, the lesson that we are learning today, in order to check the information whether it is wrong or right, first of all, you do something that you take some time. Don't pass it straight away to someone else. Okay? And if it's important, definitely you need to check it. Check the way our predecessor checked the hadith. Don't go directly to the primary source. That means you go through the people who you trust the more. They have the background of not telling the lie. And you know, this is one of the way you can prevent, sometimes we say, the backbiting, which is the number one disease in our society. You hear something from someone and you start passing the people around. You know, the cyberbullying is happening nowadays. People are dying because of cyberbullying. What is it? They don't check. By email, by group, they are spreading all the rumor, sometimes all the misinformation, disinformation, and it causes the harming the honor of the other people. So this is what you are not allowed to do it. This is haram in Islam. You have to respect the honor of the people. That's why you don't spread the message straight away. The same thing is true for the social media, the CNN, the Fox that you are listening. You know, I can give you one example. I never trusted it. So they said that on the 7th of October, some people, they raided the Israel, they raped the women. Can you imagine, by simple civic sense, a person in the battlefield have the time to think this kind of things? Straight away you can reject it. Can't you, Safa Jangi? A battlefield, man. This is not the nightclub. The foolish people, they believed it. That is not the nightclub. They're fighting. They can die any time. But still, the foolish people, they believe they did something. So that is related to common sense and our absolute knowledge. We can't believe it. So somebody started passing the message here and there. And they are the sinner. So boys, the reason I'm saying, because of this social media, you guys need to be extra careful, because it's going to compromise your faith. Abdullah Rashid, you got it? Very good.
Yeah.
Khalid? Okay. Safat Jahangir? What do you think, uncle? This is what I wanted to tell you. So very important, because I might not be alive. Some other thing might happen in course of time because of this AI and all the stuff, and you're going to just spread the message around. I asked the same question to our girls last time. That sometimes if you see the images in AI, they can differentiate. I can't. Through the AI, you can duplicate the voice, you can duplicate the image. Everything is doable. Can you imagine if you pass this message to other people, what kind of scene you're going to get? This is called another Satke Zaria. If you pass it, this will go forever in the net and you will get the reward for it. either good or bad, man. So either way, before pushing the like button, before sending a message to the internet, boys, never think, never pass at a time. Take pause and see whether authenticity of the information is there or not. If it is not, don't pass it. At least just try to ignore it. Make sense? Okay. Now I'm going to ask you guys some question about, do you know any hadith or Quranic sentences related to this checking the information? Anyone? Safa Jangir? Do you know any information about the Huzrat? Remember the backbiting? It is equivalent to
eating your brother's dead flesh.
see, this is something, man. And as I said to one hadith, that Prophet ﷺ said, you think twice before saying something to someone, because if it is out of your mouth, you cannot take it back. Right? And also from our predecessors, as I am saying, the way they compiled the hadith, we can use exactly the same thing. If it is essential, some information is very essential, you need to pass it to others. So better go through the information or the sources that you rely. You know how hadith was collected. The hadith collector looked at their background, what kind of behavior, even the behavioral background. So those kind of things are very, very important, boys, in course of time. So inshallah, may Allah give us tawfiq. Do not pass the information. As I said, I might not be here, but you will be here because of this AI thing. You will see what kind of information you get. Very difficult to judge whether it is true or false. I'm confused. I'm really confused. I can tell you one of the incidents. I could not believe that UAE welcomed Trump by showing the hair of the girls. I could not believe it. I thought it is AI. Initially, I thought it is AI. So those are the things. And I did not pass it to anyone. I did not talk to anyone. I thought it is AI. So those kind of things, boys, need to check before passing the information. Yes, Safat, you want to say something, Uncle?
I also remember this instance where Imam Bukhari,
Yeah.
he went to this man to collect hadith, but
Mm-hmm.
then when he arrived to his place of living,
Mm.
he saw that that man was trying to fool his horse into
Mm-hmm.
coming towards him. He was
Mm.
pretending to be holding a basket of food for the
Mm-hmm.
horse, but then
Mm-hmm.
inside that basket, there was no food. So, in a way, he was trying to fool his own horse. So,
Mm.
when Imam Bukhari saw that, he decided that this man is not worthy of taking hadith from.
Right. So now you can reflect it in our life. Now, if you have some information, if you see some person is not reliable, you should not ask him, isn't it? Doesn't matter whatever he says, he is not reliable. That makes sense, Safat Jahangir? It is not for the hadith. It is to use in our day-to-day life, especially nowadays because of the social media. Very important, boys. Okay, Jazakallah khairan for listening. I will compile it a little bit and see whether we can make something out of this and I'll present it to the others, inshallah. Jazakallah khairan.